honor to be meeting so many of the GCC leaders here over yesterday, today, and we'll be meeting some of you tomorrow also. Thank you for taking out the time to meet us and be listening to us today here about Lenovo. So before I begin and share how Lenovo is already participating with most of you already across the globe and in India as well in your AI journey, before that I would want to ask one question, which is how many of you are already using a AI-enabled PC? Can you have a? Oh, I see some hands, definitely not all.
Just about 4 or 5.
Yeah. So before I share more about how Lenovo is collaborating in the AI journey with most of you already, I would want to take a small step back and share what Lenovo is today. While already all of you know about Lenovo as a brand, but where have we reached across the globe? So today we are a $70 billion organization across the globe, #1 in terms of PC market share. What does it mean for you and for us? It means that maximum number of customers, or most of the customers across the globe, trust Lenovo as a brand. We also have 30+ manufacturing sites across the world, and we are present in 180+ markets. What does it mean? It means that wherever you are present across the globe, in whichever country, whichever region, whichever market, Lenovo is there to support you locally as well. If I have to talk about India, I joined Lenovo India 10 years back. Then we were a $1 billion organization in India. Today, in 10 years, we have reached to almost $3.5 billion in terms of generating revenue locally from India. While we are doing business in India, we also have our own GCC center in India. We do our own R&D. We have our own R&D lab. We have our own manufacturing sites in India through which we cater to the world. In fact, we also have our knock and sock center through which we cater to our customers across the globe. So these are some of the GCC units that we have in India, and we also do business, and we are growing year over year tremendously in India. So Lenovo in India has been there for last 20 years. Across the globe, it has been there for last 30 years. I want to share a small video with all of you, wherein we will take you through the journey of Lenovo, where it has evolved to now.
At Lenovo, we solve problems, really big problems. And we've been doing it for over 30 years. Our customers' challenges are bigger than ever. So we go big too. No, make that huge with the industry's leading portfolio of end-to-end client, edge, cloud, network, and intelligence solutions and services. This is the new IT. So what does that mean? It means our digital workplace solutions take the complexity out of making hybrid work work. Nice job. Our edge-to-cloud and AI solutions help businesses of all sizes unlock the power of data in real time, which in turn unlocks lots and lots of happy customers. And Lenovo's industrial metaverse and AR/VR solutions are opening up opportunities across industry, from aerospace to education, transforming the way workers collaborate and students learn. A+. And all our pocket-to-cloud solutions are available through a predictable, scalable, pay-as-you-go consumption model. So your IT can instantly adapt to the ever-changing demands of your business. With a workforce of over 80,000 in 180 markets, 18 R&D locations worldwide, and 35+ manufacturing facilities, we're there where you need us. And our global supply chain is ranked in the top 10 in the world, so we can meet customer demands anytime, anywhere. But we know none of this matters if we don't make the world a better place. So we offer customers a full suite of sustainability technology and solutions, from asset recovery and carbon offsets to our unique Neptune water-cooled servers. And we're fully committed to becoming net zero by 2050. And we believe it's only smarter technology if everyone can use it. That's why our Product Diversity Office embeds accessibility in our products, empowering us all to build a smarter world.
So this is our vision, which is to bring AI to every household and every industry, and also to make AI accessible, fair, and inclusive for everyone. This is what we hold ourselves accountable for in the organization. Most of the leaders I met yesterday and today know Lenovo today as a PC hardware vendor. While there is an interesting fact which I want to share to all of you is Lenovo's 47% of the revenue does not come from PC hardware. So that is where Lenovo has evolved today. It has moved beyond the smart devices, which is our PC vertical, to smart infrastructure, which is our servers and storage vertical, and beyond that to the softwares and solutions business, wherein we are partnering with most of the organizations, not just for the hardware, but taking the entire managed IT services and delivering the ROI on that front. So that's an interesting fact. I would want to invite Sachin to share further on these developments.
Okay, thank you, Vikash. So while we talked about smarter devices, smarter infrastructure, and smarter solutions, now unless and until you integrate and use all of these together, you'll not be able to deliver the AI solutions that all of you are working on today. So just to go ahead and elaborate a little more on what we bring to the table as Lenovo, essentially around these different aspects of AI. One is around AI solutions. So when I talk about AI solutions, most of you are developing your AI solutions primarily on the cloud. But there's always going to be a concern on data security, where you're looking at how do I use an AI PC, how do I use AI locally so that there's a lot of data that you're working on is secure, right? And of course, the latency on the cloud, while it is much better than what it was 10 to 15 years back, it's still going to be a concern because the amount of data that we are using is growing, right? So AI solutions from Lenovo help you build the hybrid cloud infrastructure, which allows you to use local devices as well as cloud and essentially drive that hybrid infrastructure that you really need. Beyond that, when you look at the device environment, right, devices are going to be your endpoints, which are very essential for the work that gets done. The whole idea behind digital workplace solutions is to help you identify the right device for the right persona within the organization so that you're able to drive the best ROI out of the digital workplace solutions. Also, with our hybrid work nature today, device security and services becomes very essential to help you drive IT from a ROI perspective. Other than that, we already talked about our net zero goal by 2050, which is backed by SCBTI. Essentially, what we are, where we are on that journey today is we'll hit 70% of that goal by the end of 2030. Beyond that, when you talk about sustainability, it's also around products. All the products that we manufacture today have close to 60 to 70% PCC. We use a large amount of rare earth magnets which are recycled and essentially driving a very simple, driving ESG in a much better way. One of the innovations that we brought about in 2017 was around low temperature soldering. So typically when you look at a PC or an electronic device, it has a motherboard, right, at the heart of it. That motherboard goes through an oven baking process to get the components fixed onto the motherboard. The engineering team in Japan, that's where most of our R&D happens even today on our devices side, actually went and reinvented the paste that goes on to those motherboards with which the components are fixed. Now, by doing this, what we are able to do is we are able to reduce the temperature of the oven from 250 degrees to 180 degrees. What does that mean for devices? One is, first and foremost, carbon dioxide emissions are much lesser. At the same time, the stress of the thermal stress on these motherboards is much lesser. What that essentially means is that you are able to drive better life and better reliability for devices that are getting manufactured through this process. As a matter of fact, I'm very happy to tell you that while this is a patented technology, it has been made open to all the electronics manufacturers in the world so that they can go and use this technology for the better of mankind, right? So that's around sustainability solutions. Then when you talk about service and support, Vikash mentioned that we are present in 180 countries, which means we offer the same standards of service and support across these 180 locations. So you may be a customer who has a GCC site in Pune, Mumbai, UK, US, wherever you are, we are there to offer the same level of service that you would expect from a manufacturer like Lenovo. So that's around what we can do and what we can deliver to the table when it comes to AI, right from AI solutions to the overall gamut of the Lenovo offerings. Now, one of the key aspects of the conversation that we're having today is about AI PC. And when Vikash asked the question, hardly 4 or 5 of you actually picked up, raised your hand. What this also means is when you talk about AI PC, any device that has got any PC that's got a neural processing unit is what is qualified as an AI PC. Within AI PC, you have a couple of nomenclatures. The current gen AI PCs, which offer about 10 to 12 trillion operations per second, and then you have the 40 to 50 trillion operations per second AI PC. That's the next gen AI PC. Now, why are AI PCs important from a GCC standpoint? A lot of your applications will get AI enabled, which basically means that they will have AI components that need a specialized engine that actually takes the workload, AI workload, and runs it very efficiently and parallelly, right? So thereby, 2 key benefits. One is it's faster because the AI NPU is a highly parallel, massively parallel engine, right? Second, it enhances battery backup, it enhances security, and it ensures that you have a much better much better satisfaction from a end user perspective. So AI PCs enable you to get the best productivity from your users. So essentially, very important to think about, if you're not on the AI PC journey today, you need to evaluate how does AI PC impact the workloads that your teams are working on. One of the simplest example of how AI PC is enhancing collaboration is most of us here use Microsoft Teams or Zoom or WebEx. 70% of the video processing and the audio processing today from Microsoft Teams and Zoom has already moved to an AI workload, which basically means that that backend processing is happening on the neural processing unit and not on the CPU and the GPU, which basically means you have a better collaboration in terms of audio and video feeds, and at the same time, it enhances your battery backup and enhances you to deliver a better value for the money, right? Beyond that, we also talk about localized large language models. Now, AI now is one of our personalized AI assistant that we have developed, which is available on most of our laptops and desktops, of course. And what AI now does is it allows you to create a knowledge assistant, and you can use the knowledge assistant to actually drive, you can, at the prompt, you can query whatever you want from that document. I'll give you a simple example. A few days back, I was asked to write a quiz for our sales team. So I picked up the PowerPoint presentation from which I needed the 15 questions. I put it in the knowledge assistant. I wrote a query which said, write 15 multiple choice questions for me to create a quiz. It came up in the next 3 minutes or 2 minutes. It came up with 15 different questions with multiple choice questions, and it also gave me the answer key. All I had to do was copy paste it into a Microsoft Forms or SurveyMonkey and run the quiz. That's how simple the power of localized AI can drive from a productivity standpoint. So the whole idea about AI PC is how am I driving better productivity for my end users and for my organization. So if you're not on the AI PC journey, please do talk to us. We will help you evaluate how AI PCs can actually help you. And what we are seeing as a trend in the industry, by the end of 2026, pretty much everything will have AI in it. Today you do have non-AI and AI PCs, but by 2026, end of 2026, every other platform that you're buying from all of us from the industry is going to be enabled with AI, with a neural processing unit. Right, now when we talk about portfolio, right, Lenovo offers a very wide portfolio of devices. Now, how does that matter to you from a GCC, from an AI perspective? Right, our notebook brand is called ThinkPad. Most of you have heard of ThinkPad. Then you have our desktop brand, which is ThinkCenter. Then you have ThinkStation, which is our workstation brand. Now, in your AI journey, if you look at two key things, one is around inferencing, the other is around training, right? Training your data models. Typically, for inferencing, you would use endpoint devices like a desktop or a notebook. In this case, a ThinkPad for a laptop, for laptops. And then for workstations is where you will use it for data training of your large language models. So you have a wide variety from Lenovo in terms of offerings, which essentially ensures that for all your end-to-end solution requirement from a device portfolio perspective, we have those available. And that essentially means that we are able to cater to the entire portfolio. So one of the key aspects of AI that we are envisaging is that there are going to be three kinds of AI. There's public AI, there's enterprise AI, and there's private AI, personal AI or private AI. Now, essentially, what we are living in an era where all three have to work together, because not all your applications are going to be, not all of the environments or workloads are going to have a local requirement. You will have a hybrid requirement on the cloud, on a public cloud, on a hybrid cloud, or an internal cloud, as well as on a local device. So the era that we envisage that we are living in today is going to consist of all these three AIs, and essentially what it means is that each one of them has to collaborate, and we have to bring them together so that they are able to enhance and deliver better value for you as GCCs. Okay, so when we talk about AI, what do we bring in, or what are the industries that we cater to? So we cater to a variety of industry segments, right from building hybrid clouds to IT/ITES. We work with IT/ITES customers on their AI journey in terms of various aspects. In terms of manufacturing, essentially when you look at manufacturing, edge AI inferencing is a very critical part of the solution. Right? We have a Think Edge portfolio, which basically delivers the edge AI inferencing solutions right from the on the manufacturing floor, right from the manufacturing floor to back to your data center that churns the data and gives you insights. Right? Beyond that, of course, we work with pharma, education. We also are working with an Indian company on Indic AI, right? Indigenous LLM for Indic languages, and of course, from an e-commerce perspective, AI is very well embedded into e-commerce, because the moment you go and search for something on your phone, every other tweet or every other feed that comes in is for that particular thing. That's basically AI working in the background, right? Looking at what you have been searching and then giving you more and more options. So we work across industries, so there's not a single industry segment that we don't address with our solutions. So we'll be more than happy to connect with you and understand what are your requirements so that we can be a part of your journey and help you deliver better value. Last but not the least, one of the latest innovations that we have brought to the table is called the Lenovo Aura Edition. Now, what is the Aura Edition? It's a collaboration with Intel, where we built a device which enables experience which is much better from an end user perspective or from an organization perspective. The Aura Edition basically offers 4 different modes. One is around privacy, because privacy is very critical. You have your employees working from anywhere today, so privacy and privacy guards are built in. Then you basically have more collaboration. A lot of your AI-based collaboration applications are moved to the AI engine, which is the NPU, so thereby enhancing battery life. And then, of course, you have wellness, employee wellness. Now, employee wellness is a very interesting thing, right? Most of us here use our notebooks for more than, or laptops for more than 8 to 10 hours a day. Typically on flights, wherever we are working, most of us use it for such a long time. Now, every 20 minutes, the recommendation is eye wellness, around eye wellness. The recommendation is every 20 minutes, look at something 20 feet far for 20 seconds. Now, the Aura Edition PC uses the camera to look at how long you've been looking at it, and if you've enabled it it's a one-touch selection. If you've enabled it, every 20 minutes it will pop up and say you've not been, take a break, right? Take a 20-second break. Look at something 20 feet far for 20 seconds, right? Another wellness environment is around posture. A lot of your users today are probably complaining of a heavy laptop or a heavy bag, and they're not properly sitting. So around posture, the wellness app basically tells you, it again keeps monitoring your posture, and every time it sees that the posture is incorrect, it will pop up and say, correct your posture, right? These are things that that also enhance the employee environment and give them a better feel for, make them more comfortable in their workplaces. So the Aura Edition basically ensures that you have employee wellness taken care of, and at the same time give you more privacy and security, so thereby enabling, and this is a Lenovo and Intel collaborative effort, which is only available on Lenovo devices. As a matter of fact, we have a device which is the Lenovo Aura Edition device. Please do visit us outside, and we'll be able to give you a demo of what the Aura Edition means and essentially deliver the value for your end users. That's all I had. Thank you very much for your time. It's indeed a pleasure to be amongst the leaders in the GCC industry. Thank you very much.